All right, what is good, everybody? Now we're back at it again. Sam Dog, the infamous 253, with the Week 4 game picks, joined through the power of speakerphone with my buddy Dallas. Say what's up.
What's up, NFL fans? The quarter mark.
Yep, the quarter.
Officially this week.
Yep, the quarter mark already for Week 4 coming in. I mean, we did all right on our last few picks, though, too, but now let's see how we basically do this week. Obviously, we're pissed off about what happened last week, but we basically shot ourselves in the foot, Seahawk-wise, though, too. But credit the Saints, they made their plays when they did, when we couldn't capitalize on anything, So you got to give them credit where it's due. But now we're on to next week, and we're hoping for a better outcome for our Seahawks this week. But first, we're gonna go with the games in order as we get ready to do Week 4. First off, Thursday Night Football. Eagles and Packers at Lambeau Field. The Eagles lost back-to-back weeks to Atlanta, and then they surprisingly lost to the Detroit Lions. And was that game in Philadelphia?
It was at the Link.
Yep, they lost to the Lions in Philadelphia. The Green Bay Packers last week coming off of a win against the Denver Broncos at home in Lambeau Field. Thursday Night Football, primetime in Lambeau Field. And I like what they're doing so far. I am taking the Green Bay Packers at home. Give me the Packers over the Eagles. The Eagles are about to lose 3 straight.
Yeah, I got to go with the Packers as well, winning their 3rd straight at home to set up their big matchup next weekend against the Cowboys in Arlington.
Yep.
The Eagles were going to be in trouble if they lose this game. Their only shot is the wild card because, man, the Cowboys are already 2 games up in the East.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty big game for the Eagles.
And a must-win game for the Eagles. And it's in Lambeau. And this time it's in Lambeau Field in September. One time EDP went to Lambeau Field and Nicole was like, do you remember the LaShawn McCoy Trey Reigns? Like, I know mother effers beat the Green Bay Packers. I know I was in Lambeau Field, froze my ass off. That was funny when EDP said he froze his ass off in that one. But yep, once again we got the Packers over the Eagles on Thursday Night Football in the not yet frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. All right, up next we got the Washington Redskins taking on the New York Giants in MetLife Stadium. Redskins got the crap kicked out of them last night by the Chicago Bears, and the Giants with Daniel Jones making his first start last year, squeaked out a 1-point win in our split game last week, which me and Dallas split on that one, where he had Tampa and I had the Giants, and the Giants got the win by 1 point. And Case Keenum is looking awful as the Redskins starting quarterback. I mean, shout out to my buddy Ed Oliver, the Redskins fan on YouTube. I mean, know your team's not looking good. And shout out to my buddy Kid Blue RB27, the entertainer talking sports, Bad Dog on the Giants side of YouTube. But I got the Giants getting the back-to-back wins. I'm taking the Giants at home over the Redskins, and Daniel Jones is going to probably hopefully puts up some more numbers for them too. I'm taking the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take the Giants as well to get to 500. The Redskins look absolutely horrible on both sides of the ball. Yeah, I don't think Case Keenum's the answer at quarterback. I'm just wondering when we're going to see Dwayne Haskins.
When are we going to see Dwayne Haskins? Who
knows?
And plus, in the Redskins game last week, they got picked off by their former player and former Green Bay Packer, pick 6 for the first score of that game by Clinton Dix. He picked 6 his former team on the Chicago Bears, which even though he also played for the Green Bay Packers. So now he's on the Packers' biggest rival, but he picked 6 his former team in a revenge game. All right. Up next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Detroit Lions. Chiefs coming off of handing Baltimore their first loss of the season at home in Arrowhead, and the Lions coming off a back-to-back wins, this time winning on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles, surprisingly. Mahomes is still red-hot and winning it pretty good. I mean, it was a tough battle that he came off of against the Ravens, but I got the momentum continuing in Kansas City's favor. I'm taking the Chiefs in Detroit.
Yeah, I'm taking Kansas City to hand Detroit their first loss.
Because of the tie in Week 1.
Yeah, because of the game they blew in Week 1 against
Arizona.
Arizona, which ended up resulting in a tie. But the Chiefs, I mean, they're looking good on offense, and they don't have Tyreek Hill right now.
They don't, because
so could imagine when he comes back. And LaShawn McCoy's looking good for Kansas City. That was a great pickup when Buffalo
released him.
Shady
had a touchdown in that game.
Chiefs Patriots AFC Championship game.
It's looking likely.
Looking likely, and looks like it's going to be another thriller.
Yeah, and Shady McCoy, we just talked about him from the EDP rant from when they traded him to Buffalo, and he has really thrived in Kansas City. So yep, we're taking Kansas City. Up next, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Atlanta Falcons. Titans are coming off of losing to Gardner Minshew in Duval last week, and the Falcons are coming off of losing to Jacoby Brissett and the Colts last week, which is surprising that the Colts are doing good with Jacoby Brissett, but the Falcons and Titans, Titans last week on Thursday Night Football, Marcus Mariota got sacked 9 times, 3 of which were by Calais Campbell, which I am glad he's no longer in the NFC West with the Cardinals. But the Titans just got throttled. Their only touchdown came from Derrick Henry in a 20-7 loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Falcons lost to the Colts. And I don't know what is going on with the Falcons though, but I mean we picked them last week. I don't know. It seems like when we picked for them that it hasn't been pretty. I mean, what is going on with Atlanta? But shout out to my buddy Jazzy Jeff, Sports Talk. This Falcons fan, Jazzy Jeff, on here too. This time, Titans, are they that bad too? The Falcons are at home though. I'm taking the Falcons at home because I'm not really trusting Tennessee and Mariota. I'm taking the Falcons.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Falcons as well, but I'm really starting to lose faith in them.
Yeah.
They lost on the road to the Colts, right?
Yeah, they were at Indianapolis.
Yeah, I just figured they would be better, and this is they need this game, or they're going to be 1-3, and probably in last place, or tied for last place in the South.
True.
I just gotta pick the Falcons to get this one, but I'm starting to really lose confidence in them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop picking them
you and me both.
If they probably lose this game.
If they lose
the Tennessee team that looked horrible last week.
Yeah, if they lose this, we might as well stop picking the Falcons.
This could be it for Dan Quinn if they don't do anything this year.
Most likely so. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. The Browns, they threw coming off of throwing an interception in the red zone when they had a chance to tie it up against the Rams. We're competing with the Rams. Picked off Jared Goff twice and forced a fumble, forced 3 turnovers on it. They were in it. They just couldn't capitalize, especially one of the times when they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. And the Ravens are coming off of their first loss against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, but the Ravens defense, let's be real, I think the Ravens are our front runner to win the AFC North. I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens at home. I believe they're going to bounce back after that tough loss in Kansas City. And all I got to say, John Harbaugh, what are you doing going for 2 every time?
That's what I don't get either, man. I didn't even...
Three times he went for 2.
Did he?
Yep.
I saw the McCoy touchdown before going into the stadium. That's all I remember watching of that game with another Seahawks fan. We had the game on his phone with Kansas City and Baltimore. We were checking it out on his phone. We were watching what was going on, but I didn't see the 2-point conversion. All I really saw was the Shady McCoy touchdown.
Yeah, so I have the Browns falling to 1-3. Maybe all that hype was for nothing.
Probably. All right. Up next, we got the Oakland/future Las Vegas Raiders in Indianapolis taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Raiders just got pistol whipped by the Minnesota Vikings last week. It was no contest. The Vikings just freaking smoked them. Colts coming off of a big home win against the Atlanta Falcons, and now they're at home against the Raiders. Raiders are looking abysmal right now. They got Tyrell Williams, probably one of their good receivers, but what is going on with them as well too, especially with some of the acquisitions they made. And the Colts are in it. They're keeping pace in the AFC South right now. They beat the freaking they beaten the Titans. The Colts are 2-1. Colts are 2-1 because they lost that overtime game, and Jacoby Brissett is holding his own with, and T.Y. Hilton's still looking great. Eric Ebron still looking like the big steal acquisition that they got when they originally got him from Detroit. Darius Leonard and that defense is doing work. You know what? I gotta take the Colts here in this one. I like the Colts at home against the Raiders. I'm taking Indianapolis.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Colts to make it 3 in a row. Who would have thought that after 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Probably the biggest surprise so far.
True.
I guess no luck, no problem.
No luck, no problem. Are we gonna stick with that same for the rest of the year with the Colts? No luck, no problem.
We'll see if they eventually fall apart.
Yeah, but
we'll see if Jacoby Brissett can hold this up, keep this going, because we know how bad they were 2 years ago when Luck had his shoulder injury.
Yeah.
2 wins.
But now he actually has an offensive line to protect him. So, and Brissett's having time to throw, and he's making some runs too. So
I would say that maybe the Colts and Detroit probably the 2 biggest surprises so far.
And the next team that we're about to talk about, who they're playing. Well, let's just say the Bills might. We'll get to the next one. Up next, we got the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. 2 3-0 teams. Bills a surprising 3-0. Who would have thought that? But Tom Brady, it's the Patriots. They're playing in Buffalo, and Josh Allen's looking good. They're looking pretty good with their running game with Frank Gore, and I forgot who the other running back they have is other than Frank Gore, and then Patriots, obviously, you know who the Patriots got with Tom Brady. I'm going to take the Patriots handing Buffalo their first loss. I'm taking New England in this one.
Yeah, I'm taking New England to keep it rolling and to kind of pump the brakes on the Bills and maybe make them come crashing back down to earth. I mean, after all, the Bills played the Giants and the Jets and the Giants the first 2 weeks, and then a now 0-3 Cincinnati team.
Yep.
And Brady's like, what, 30-2 all time against Buffalo? Something ridiculous record like that.
Yep.
Sorry, Buffalo.
Sorry, Buffalo. You're getting your first L this week, unfortunately. All right. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the Houston Texans. The Panthers are coming off of just kicking the crap out of the Cardinals with a backup with Kyle Allen starting in place of the injured Cam Newton. Crazy surprise. What did Kyle Allen have in that game? Because from
4 touchdowns.
Not bad for his first start. I mean, and
Kyler Murray threw 2 picks and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And the Panthers are taking on Houston Texans. Texans coming off of a road victory at the Dignity Health Sports Park against the Los Angeles Chargers. Deshaun Watson kind of got him on a winning streak, and Texans kind of got the defense. Is this going to be our... I don't know. I kind of trust Deshaun Watson more. If Kyle Allen starts again, I mean, I like to see what he does.
I believe he is. I think Newton's going to miss his 2nd straight.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I'm going with Houston.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston as well. I think the Tech, because of JJ, they got JJ Watt on that defense and Whitney Merciless, and I don't know if that will be too much for Kyle Allen, but if he puts on another show again, who knows? Maybe they might have a potential replacement. But I thought at first, I mean, whatever happened with Will Grier? They drafted Will Grier out of West Virginia. The Panthers did.
Have they not played him yet?
No, I'm surprised.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Was he not good in preseason, and Kyle Allen just looked better?
Apparently.
Yeah, I mean,
I know. I watched Will Grier play at West Virginia. He was pretty good.
Yep. So I guess
he was in Florida. He transferred from Florida also.
Yeah, so I guess we can't sleep on this Kyle Allen guy, but we're taking the Houston Texans to get another win against the Panthers. But wow, Texans with a big win. What is up with the Chargers? They're 1-2. The Chargers are just.
They'd be on the list of disappointments.
I definitely would put them on a disappointment.
And the Colts took them to their 1 win was in overtime against the Colts.
Exactly.
And they lost to Detroit on the road. They lost to Matthew Stafford on the road.
They lost to Stafford because Darius Slay got the interception in the end zone. And then they got beat at home by Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless. And, of course, Kenny Stills and DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. Hopkins must have had a game-winning touchdown in that game. Let me know in the comments below, Texans fans that are listening to these two Seahawks fans doing game picks. We just got to point that out, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Up next, we got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to South Beach to traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Chargers are going to win big. Dolphins are obviously, crappy.
That pretty much sums it up. Their first 2 weeks, they were outscored 102 to 10.
Something like that. Something like that, but
the Chargers are going to get back to 500.
True.
The Dolphins, I don't know, just based on the first 3 games. I know they did hang in there with the Cowboys on the road at half. It was 10-6, but based on the first 3 games, I don't know how they win a damn game this year.
You and me both. Dolphins are gonna probably
Especially since they also traded Minka Fitzpatrick and he had an interception last week with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and let's be real, Dolphins are probably
in full. They are in fire cell. They're in cell mode.
Brian Flores must really want Tua Tagovailoa.
Yep.
All right. Up next, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Los Angeles to take on the Rams. The Rams barely squeaked out. They were able to squeak out of Cleveland after 3 turnovers, and the Buccaneers lost by 1 to the Giants. But it's obviously going to be Los Angeles winning this one. I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams as well. Tampa Bay really let me down last week.
Yep.
And then not only the way that game ended, he missed a chip. Whoever their kicker was missed a chip shot, 34-yard field goal.
That's what happened in our split game. Tampa missed a chip shot.
34 yards, he missed it.
Wow.
Who's their kicker?
I don't know, but it got me the win on the split. I
think Bruce Arians is in for a rough first year in Tampa.
Yeah. All right. Up next, our game, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. We already talked about. Let's go over some keys first, because I also want to do keys to our game to how we're going to win this game. I mean, not assuming it, because we weren't assuming the New Orleans game last week where we basically just laid that fucking egg and made too many damn mistakes. So, we just got to give props to New Orleans where they capitalized. But, obviously, I think we need to start Rashad Penny at running back. No offense. Carson's having fumble issues. We got to get his issues fixed. I think Penny was hurt the last game, but if Penny comes out, I think Penny will probably be the starting running back for our game. So, key number 1, can't have fumbles. And do you want to mention any keys, Dallas? Obviously,
how about win the turnover battle?
Win the turnover battle.
Actually capitalize off of a turnover like what they didn't do again after that muff punt.
Yeah, exactly. And because we got the penalty.
Wilson overthrew Lockett in the left corner of the end zone.
Yeah, because we missed a block and basically pressure got to Wilson because I think it was Carson that missed the block. But
no more slow starts.
No more freaking slow starts. We got to start out fast and we got to score first. And
how about
secondary
if we receive the ball, go down and put a touchdown?
Yeah, and how about our secondary actually plays man coverage, man? We need to play more man coverage on the receivers because we're going up against Larry Fitzgerald and Christian Kirk. And we can't sleep on Kyler Murray. None of our games are going to be easy, but I think
none of our division games.
All our division games are going to be hard. Let's be real. All our division games are going to be hard, but we got to find some way to bounce back and try to get back on a roll. But I'm taking us to win on the road back-to-back years at Arizona. Again, I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I just can't envision them losing this game. They're gonna be angry, frustrated.
And Arizona's gonna be angry too because they're winless.
Have his guys ready to go. He took some blame for the loss, and rightfully so. As a Seahawks fan, I gotta say that's probably one of the worst games he's ever coached.
Yeah,
I'm being plain honest.
And then
those fourth down calls were really questionable.
Brian Schottenheimer didn't help either with trying, but we should have been passing like on the 4th and 1. We should have just gone for the 1 instead of just trying to bomb it 30 yards deep, you know?
Yeah, and then obviously him wasting a timeout on the challenge, so then we were down to like 1 in the 4th quarter. Yeah, there was just so many questionable coaching calls in that game.
There were.
But, I mean, this is just a huge game for Seattle with the Rams coming up 4 days after that.
Yeah, it is. But yeah.
So I gotta go with the Seahawks to bounce back, but it's never the Cardinals. No matter who their coach is, no matter who the quarterback is, it's never an easy game.
It never is an easy game at all. But let's just hope for the best, and let's just pray we can bounce back, because Arizona's going to be hungry for their first win, because remember, they're winless too. Arizona just lost to Kyle Allen last week against the Panthers.
3-1 would be pretty good at the quarter mark.
Yeah, big time. All right. Up next, we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. Two teams coming off of big wins. Vikings crapped on the Raiders. Bears took a fat dump on the freaking Washington Redskins last night. Games in Chicago this time. Is this our first toss-up game?
I gotta go with Chicago. That defense, that defense looks like it's again a top 10 defense again.
Did they get back? They must have gotten back on top if they had a pick 6 for their first score of the game with Clinton Dix.
I believe had a couple sacks. Obviously, they have Khalil Mack.
Right.
That front.
Who was the first name you mentioned before Mack?
What?
Who was the first? Oh, Danny Trevathan, the former Bronco. Yeah.
Who else do they got on their defensive front?
Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Bears look.
I gotta go with Chicago to get their 3rd straight.
Yep.
Get to 3-1 after that.
All right, I'm taking
10-3 opening night Thursday night loss, and I got them getting to 3-1 and trying to keep pace with Green Bay.
Yeah, I got the Bears as well. I'm siding with you on that one. That's why I let you go first. All right, up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Denver to take on the Denver Broncos. Gardner, the mustache Minshew. Big win. Couple of touchdown passes early. You and me were watching that game in the game room. Of course, we didn't go live, but Minshew was lighting it up and looking good. Denver lost to Green Bay. It was against Green Bay. I'm never really trusting Flacco, but I'll tell you what, though. Jacksonville coming off of a 9-sack game on Marcus Mariota last week, and I think it's just going to continue. The stash is going to put up a couple more touchdowns in this game. He has been looking good with that over-the-shoulder fade. And guess what? In the season so far, Gardner Minshew has more touchdown passes than Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
If you
had told anybody that after 3 weeks, nobody would believe you.
Nobody would have believed it. Me and Don showed me that. My stepdad showed me that on a page. Look up the quarterbacks and number of touchdown passes. I mean, check it out. Minshew has just at least one more touchdown pass than Aaron Rodgers. I was looking at it too. But yep, I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars to get a win in Denver. The mustache craziness is going to continue in Jacksonville. I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jaguars as well, and then to drop Denver to 0-4. They are off to their worst start since '99. The year Elway retired.
Hey, yeah.
So I think their struggles continue.
Yeah.
Sorry to all those Denver fans out there.
Yeah, sorry, David in Colorado.
I don't know if you've still found your quarterback.
I don't know. And UCF Jaguar, I hope UCF Jaguar rocks a fake mustache if they get this dub, because Minshew Mania has really been taking over Jacksonville. And Minshew was in Pullman last Saturday when the Cougars freaking couged. I mean, the Cougars had 9 score. Anthony Gordon threw 9 touchdowns, and then they blew that big lead to the freaking winless UCLA Bruins. That was insane. I had no idea that happened because I was at the bar watching it and that too. I mean, I was getting tired. And, I mean, not that I even cared who won that game. And I just decided to go back home and go to bed. And then Big Low told me about it in the morning before the game.
Yep, it was a catastrophic collapse.
Yep. And Gardner Minshew was at Martin Stadium when it happened, too.
Mike Leach, you lost a chip for King Kelly.
The guy that EDP 445 probably still hates to this day. He lost to Chip Kelly. But
that is not good on his resume at Washington State. That could rank up as one of the worst losses in the Mike Leach era, along with losing to Portland State in 2015 in the opener, and obviously losing to Eastern Washington.
But that was Cooper Kupp that torched him that game, back when Cooper Kupp, before he got drafted by the LA Rams, and Cooper Kupp was torching Cleveland. I mean, if there's one thing you can't do, you can't leave Cooper Kupp wide open. All right, up next we got the Cowboys and the Saints on Sunday Night Football. We obviously know our story. We gave the Saints their props for executing when we didn't. And the Dallas Cowboys, you know, kicked the crap out of the Miami Dolphins, obviously. Prescott's looking pretty good. I mean, having Jason Witten back out of retirement, and then the receiving core with Amari Cooper and Randall Cobb, and who else they got on there? Randall Cobb, Amari Cooper.
Do they still have...
And obviously they got Zeke in the backfield. I don't know who else they all have, so... I mean, sometimes when you see certain teams and not see them often, it's hard to pay attention with all they got. But I'm going to take the Cowboys getting the win on Sunday Night Football against the Saints on this one, too. I mean, they played a good game against us. We just laid that egg. But I think the Saints lose to the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football in the Superdome. Even they still don't have Drew Brees.
As much as I want to go with New Orleans, can they carry that momentum at home?
I'd be surprised if they pulled an upset.
This is the Cowboys' first real big challenge, but, I mean, there is no Breeze.
Yeah. So are we circling Cowboys?
Probably got to go with the Cowboys, even though I would love to see the Saints win this and hand the Cowboys their first loss. Because a lot of people are hyping up the Cowboys. I mean, they have played nobody yet.
Yeah. All right. Finally, last but not least, Monday Night Football, battle of two winless teams. AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to my buddy Eric of Steel. We were just chatting about the Nick Vannett trade. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati Bengals, both desperate for their first win of the year. Andy Dalton and the Steelers. I mean, Steelers kept it close with the 49ers, but ultimately fell short. Cincinnati lost to Buffalo last week in this one. I mean, I kind of, Mason Rudolph was holding his own, and I kind of like what he's got going in this one, too. Andy Dalton, and obviously with John Ross, but do they get A.J. Green back yet? Both teams, what do they have to fight for in this one, too? I mean, obviously it's pride and a rivalry, but Mason Rudolph was looking... I don't know. I mean, they lost. I know they lost to 49. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to get their first win of the season against the Bengals. They've looked a little bit better than the Bengals, even though both teams are winless. I got to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the Cincinnati's looked worse than Pittsburgh. It is at Heinz.
It's at Heinz Field. Yep.
Yeah, I got to go with Pittsburgh, unfortunately. To get out of the basement. What do we call this? The Battle of the Basement?
Battle of the Basement in the AFC North.
Somebody's going to get their first win, unless it's a tie. But I got to go with Pittsburgh.
No split.
Unfortunately.
Hey, no split this week.
I really wanted to pick the Saints, but can they get another good win? Are they going to have a letdown after their big road win against us? Probably.
Yeah, but
that's a toss-up game.
Yeah, but
we know how that dome and the noise.
Yep.
And it's Dallas's first real big challenge. But I mean, they don't have Breeze.
They don't. But anyway, we didn't. But other than that, that's it for that. We don't have a split this week. No split. But we got to.
You're 2-1 on the splits.
Yeah. But also, we gotta capitalize on San Francisco's bye week. That's the only team with the bye week this week.
We have a chance to gain a full game.
Yeah, but this is who we have in our picks. We got the Packers beating the Eagles. We got the Giants beating the Redskins. We got the Chiefs beating the Lions. We got the Falcons bouncing back against the Titans. We got the Ravens bouncing back against the Browns. We got the Colts winning back-to-back. We got the Colts beating the Raiders for a second year in a row.
3 in a row.
Yeah, we got the Patriots handing Buffalo their first loss. We got the Texans beating the Panthers. We got the Chargers beating the Dolphins. We got the Rams beating the Buccaneers. We got our Seahawks bouncing back, which we're still obviously not sleeping on the Cardinals because division game. We got the Bears beating the Vikings. We got the Jaguars and the mustache man Gardner Minshew getting another win in Denver along with that Saxonville defense. We got the Cowboys over the Saints and the Steelers over the Bengals. And that is our Week 4 picks. Let me know your picks in the comments down below. Thank you, Dallas, for coming on again and doing our picks and sticking with our tradition.
Yep, no problem. And I believe after the Rams game will be our first Red Zone reactions.
Yep, after the Thursday night game against the Rams after this week will be our first Red Zone reactions where we go live and you guys can just, if you guys have Red Zone and your team's not playing or if your team's playing, just tune in while you're watching your team. And if after your team game is over, come tune in and turn on Red Zone on your TV and watch Red Zone and react with us on your pads. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notification. Maybe hit that thumbs up button. And appreciate all the love that you guys have come in, showing me and Dallas when we do our game picks and giving us your thoughts on the games and your game picks as well. And just appreciate it. And until the next one, Dallas, you ready, man?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it, man. Week 4 we're ready to go, starting with Thursday night. And then, of course, got our game. And if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.